Hey guys, welcome. I am your host, Gracie Love, and this is another delicious episode of Cooking with Gracie Love. Now, my daughter, she loves those birria tacos and quesadillas, and so one night I was like, hey, let's try this at home. So I got this fun quesadilla recipe for you guys that I'm going to show you how to put together. Simple, quick, easy, and baby, right out the can. Right, I know you guys are like, did she just say right out of the can? What is wrong with this girl in these canned meats? But I'm going to tell you, baby, we are all having hard times. And so if you're somebody that can't afford to get that steak meat or that pot roast or what those expensive cuts of meat, it's okay to go ahead and use something right out of the can, okay, you guys? And I'm going to show you how to make it delicious. Don't be scared of this canned meat, baby. I'm telling you, it's going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time. So this is what we do. I'm going to open up your meat. Again, you can use your canned meat if you got some shredded steak or carne asada, whatever kind of meat you want to use, go ahead and use that. But I'm keeping it simple and easy. I want you guys to understand that it's okay to use these canned ingredients and we can season them and make them taste just as good, okay? So I got my can right in my pot right here. I know that looks really funky right now. That looks so scary. But don't be scared, okay? I'm going to show you how to make this right, all right? So I got that in my pan. I emptied all of it. This right here, what I'm using, get it from the church, okay? It's in water. Pour the whole thing in there. Don't drain it. It's got this little white floaty stuff. Don't worry about it. That's just a little bit of grease from the meat. It ain't going to hurt you, baby. I promise you, okay? So we're going to pour all of that into our pot. Then we're going to use our seasoning. This is what is going to make it taste delicious. If you got kids who are picky, girl, you pour it into that pan. Get rid of that can so they don't know what they eating and season it up right, all right? So I'm going to start with my minced onion. We're going to add that right into our pan. Okay, I got some crushed red peppers just to give it a little bit of heat. There we go. I got seasoned pepper, okay? I love seasoned pepper. It's just so easy and just really great taste. So I'm going to just open mine up, get a little bit of that in there. Again, this is going to give it that heat. I'm going to use my taco seasoning right in there, okay? And I just like to cover the broth if it's in there, the meat. That's how I season mine. I like to cover everything. Some people like to say use a dash of this, a hint of this. Cover your meat in your seasoning. I'm going to use Himalayan salt. I'm going to use a little bit. I'm really trying to cut back on the sugar and the salt because of my diabetes. So just a little bit of that. Okay, and as you can see, this is really the only salt I'm going to use because this taco seasoning has salt in it, okay? It's a lot of different things that already has salt. So if you're adding seasoning salt on top of these other seasonings that have salt, you're just pouring in that sodium. So just a pinch of Himalayan salt because that is so salty, you guys. It's so crazy. Just a little bit of that in there. My favorite thing, you guys know, is accent. Gonna add that accent right into there. That's a lot. And now we're all done, okay? I'm going to put that on the stove. I'm going to let it boil. I'm going to stir it as it's boiling, okay? And it's going to be so delicious. So again, I got everything seasoned up. It's going to look just like that. Don't be scared, baby. Do not be scared, okay? I'm going to put it right onto my stove, and we're going to get that to a nice boil. Once it comes to a boil, and it's not going to take long because my meat is already cooked. It's going to take you a little bit longer if you're using a raw meat, but because mine is already cooked, I just want to let it come to a boil so that way it's taking in all of these seasonings that I just put into there, okay? So go ahead, put it on your stove. I'm going to set mine between 4 4 and 5. That's like a medium high. And again, just let that boil, okay? Once that gets bubbly and boiling, that's how you know those seasonings, all that flavor has really gotten into your meat, all right? So don't go anywhere. We're going to let that boil right up. Hey guys, so now that our meat is all cooked up, I got my tortillas ready. We're going to add our cheese onto those because I'm making quesadillas, baby. So we want to add our cheese on there to give it that real birria feel. So just add a little bit of cheese onto your tortillas. I already got mine started in my pan. I put a little olive oil on there. And again, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of cheese on the top of there. And that's what you want it to look like. All right. So back on the stove we go. Just let that cheese melt a little bit on the top of it, and then we're going to flip it over and add some more cheese to the other side of there. So about 10 more seconds on there. Again, my meat is here. I got it on the low so it stays nice and warm. All right, that cheese is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and flip that right over to the next side, and I'm going to add my cheese on there, okay? Cheese on both sides, guys, okay? So I'll get that on there. And let that melt, and then I'll flip that over again. And then I'll add then I'm going to add my meat onto there. Okay? So that is looking good. That is looking good. Maybe about 10 more seconds. And then I'll go ahead and give it another flip, okay? And then again, that's when we'll start adding our meat onto there. I'm going to do a little bit of a trick. I'm going to add some queso cheese to there. That is totally up to you. Don't have to add this in. But I would like to get rid of this queso cheese. Oh, little baby is ready for these quesadillas. Baby, he's like, come on, Mom. All right, so I'm flipping my tortilla. Boom. Now I'm going to add my meat. Fresh out of the pot. I'm going to add that. Don't be worried if you got a little bit of juice in there. That's good, okay? So I'm adding my meat onto my bread. Let me show you guys how this is going to look. It's a little hot. Let me show you guys how that is, okay? You want it to look like that, all right? That's hot. So back on the stove, and now I'm going to add my other piece of tortilla that I already had done. I'm going to put that right on top. Oh, let me add this queso cheese, and then we'll put it on there. Again, this is totally optional. I just had it and want to get rid of it. I'm just going to put a dollop of that queso cheese, maybe 2 dollops of that queso cheese right on there. Boom. Beautiful. And now I'm going to add my top to my quesadilla. Gonna go ahead and give it a flip. Let me use get a spatula because that cheese is sticking. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that up, flip it, boom. Just like that, baby. Just like that. Let all that goodness get in there. And you don't want to give it too long because we've already got that cooked. So let that cheese get a little brown on the side. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a nice little flip. So a little bit more. Oh, all that goodness is dripping out, baby. Don't be worried about that. Let that brown on up. Just keeping my eye on it again because it's cheese. So it's going to really, it'll burn if you're not careful. And you don't want to burn quesadilla, okay? So maybe about 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and give that a flip, all right? Again, still got my meat on the low, all right? I'm so excited for this, you guys. I know, again, sounds crazy because we're using canned meat, but that doesn't matter. And I want to show you guys these recipes where you can use these things if you're struggling financially. Everything is going up in prices, right? So if you can use things that are less expensive and use the seasonings that you already have at home to bring together these meals that we're spending $30-$40 on. Don't be scared. Do not be scared. Don't be embarrassed. I'm going to show you how to do it right. All right, so now it's time to flip this baby. Boom. I'm going to give them about a minute on this side, and we're going to be done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my little bowl, because we're going to want to add our juice from the meat. That's what we're going to dip it in. That's going to be that sauce, not that sauce, but that dip that they use. Okay, that juice, that our juice kind of a thing. So let's go ahead and pull off our quesadilla now. Boom, baby. Look at that. So I'm going to get my stove turned off. Everything turned off. And then right from my pan, okay, where I cooked my meat at, I'm going to just take that juice and pour it in here. Just like that. All right, now my favorite part, it's time to eat. All right, guys, so we've got our quesadilla nice and cool. Now I'm going to open it up. This is totally optional, but I'm going to open mine up because I want to add some stuff into mine. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add some sour cream. If you can get that crema, baby, with that green top, I would definitely suggest that. But I got this sour cream I'm going to get rid of. So I'm going to add my sour cream into there. Perfect. I'm going to add me some lettuce in there. Oh, baby. I'm going to give this. And I'm going to get my pico. I got my sour cream on there. It don't matter. It's all going to be mixed up. I got my mild pico de gallo. You can make your pico. I bought this already again. I got this stuff already in my refrigerator. So I'm just using it up. I like a lot of pico. That's up to you. It's mild, so it's not going to be really spicy. All right, and then I'm going to put that back on top. Boom. Slide them down. Boom. And there is my quesadilla. That's beautiful. Now I'm going to cut them up into them fours, because that's how the quesadilla be, right? They got them in those 4 slices. Cut that up real pretty light. Oh, that smells so delicious. And don't be scared that a little bit of it's gonna come out. Okay, this is a sloppy meal. Okay, the sloppier the better. If you're not oozing and goozing toppings and fillings, you didn't make your quesadilla right. Okay, so I got those sliced up really nicely. Yeah, I gotta cut through this baby because I added that stuff in the middle. So now that that's all cut up, that's what we want it to look like. Yes, it's messy. It's a quesadilla, guys. All right. Now, you guys know my favorite part is when we eat. I'm going to take this slice right here. And like I said, it is messy. I'm going to fold mine up like you would do like a New York style pizza, baby. I poured my juice from our meat in there. I'm going to dip it right in there. Right in there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You would never know that this was canned meat. It tastes just like any taco place you will go. That is so delicious, baby. Do not be scared of that canned meat. I'm going to show you every time how to do it right. Oh my gosh. The shredded beef quesadilla with that birria. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, you guys. Make sure you get your copy of Quick Fix Meals on Amazon. If you try this recipe, let me know how it worked for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. This has been another tasty episode of Cooking with Gracie Love with yours truly, Gracie Love. Baby, let's get into that again.